Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to my stream. This is going to be part 8 of building the Revell Tornado F.3 Advanced 148 scale. As you can see here, we've got quite a bit done here. Since last time, I still haven't put the tail fin back on. Added a whole bunch of camouflage, got the nose cone on, landing gears on, we got some missiles on the bottom here. We are getting very close to the finish. I have my weapon assortments all ready to go. They are probably going to be the last thing that I put on. I think what's next is decals and doing the weathering effect. So what I've decided I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this music down just a little bit. I thought it'd be cool to have some stuff playing, but it's a little loud in my ear here. So I don't want to put the decals on first and then do the weathering, because I find sometimes the weathering just doesn't look very good as it goes over the decal itself. And so I'm going to do the weathering first, then put the decals on, and any weathering that the decal might cover I will touch up afterwards. So I'm going to actually try doing a combination of weathering. I'm going to be using my black panel line accenter as well as a wash. And I'm going to try combining the two effects and see how that looks. Because I've always only done one or the other. I've never done both. If you've seen my previous videos, you know that doing the wash I'm fairly new to. Because I never had a lot of good experience when I was younger trying to do that, and it never really worked out. Then of course, trying it when I did Mavericks F.14, it totally screwed everything up, and I didn't know where to go with that one, and so that plane is history now. So yeah, I now think I'm a little more confident with it doing the wash, but I still want to get some nice, good, solid black panel lines, so I'm going to use this as well. The only thing with this stuff is it's not going to be as easy to clean up as the wash, because the wash is a watercolor, and this is not. It's oil-based. So I need to kind of pick and choose what I want to do, where I want to do the darker lines, and where I want to do the just a regular wash. I think what I'm going to do is I'll do the wash first, and then any places that I'm not really happy with it, where it hasn't gone a dark enough line, I'll use the accent color to kind of highlight that spot. So what I need to do first is get some paint into my little bucket. I'm going to move my bombs and missiles out of my way here so that I don't accidentally ruin them, because they are a little bit delicate still. Well, not really delicate, but you know what I mean. I don't want to accidentally break a fin off, or accidentally remove a missile off of here, kind of thing, right? So I'll just keep them out of the way, and that way I don't really have to worry about it. Yeah, so let's get some paint in here. Been a while since I opened this one. plenty. I will be back in a moment. Alright, I've got my bowl of black goo ready to go. Let's see how this goes. I want it to fill in every line if it will, if it's willing to. Although I know it's not. Just the nature of it, it doesn't fill in every line. But that's okay. That's what the accent, panel line accent color is for. I don't think there's any lines on the fence. Okay. This is doing a similar kind of thing that it did to me on the F.14 when I did it. And I wound up having all these little spots dry up on me. And, you know, no big deal because it's just watercolor paint. It's easy enough to clean up. You just, you know, do whatever you do with a brush. Use some water and clean it up. Maybe because it's dried, you might have to scrub it a little bit, be a little bit rough or something. But it did not clean up at all for me on that F.14. And yeah, it was just a nightmare and not what I was expecting at all. And I had no idea how to clean it up without taking the rest of the paint off. And so I was at a loss, and yeah, that's why that plane is gone now. It's not really going in that line. Go in the lines. Fill in the lines, you know. What do they say? Stay within the lines are your friends. Something like that. So that's that. I'm going to clean up this tail fin because there is no need to have any of that on there. Kind of do this so it'll dry a little faster. Just to get the big water droplets off. You don't want to soak it up because it will pull it right out of the panel lines. And it's the opposite of what we're going for here, right? Let's go from the side. It's not really going in any of the lines at all. Work with me here, come on! It's not sitting in any of the lines. Not cooperating. What's the point if you're not going to sit in any of the lines? This is where the line accent is a little bit better. It's not going to work here in this spot. But I can still do the bottom. It's nice and thin. I don't know why it doesn't want to go in the lines. Okay. But it's not the end of the world. It's still work with it. I think there was one video I was watching where somebody, I can't remember exactly now, I think they put a drop of dish soap in this, and it made it so it didn't puddle up so much when they went to wash it. It made more of an even coat. Something about the dish soap made it stick better. I don't know if I would benefit from that kind of a technique on this. I don't know if the dish soap would do something weird with the paint. I can't even remember what his purpose was for doing it, what he was doing. He was doing some kind of a wash on it, but it wasn't like for this kind of thing. So you can already see where some of it is dried, like the little puddles, the excess. See if the camera will pick it up here. Like this spot right here in particular, getting close. You can see how it's dried like that. And that was the kind of thing that I couldn't clean off on the F.14. It would not clean up. This is now done, so what I want to do, I've done my wash. That's as far as anything I'm going to get done on this. We're not going to get any better of an outcome than what we have now. So, I guess I should do the tail fin. Do the tail fin. Well, there's not a lot of detail other than the fin itself. In that spot. There's like one line there that it doesn't want to go into. There are lines on this. They're just not deep enough. That side, we'll do this side too, just for continuity. Okay, so that's done. Okay, done. Now I'm going to clean this out and clean my brush off, and I'll be back in a minute. All right, so that is done. So, I'm going to take my panel line accent and we'll actually get in on the lines. And then, once that's done, I'm going to take alcohol and a Q-tip and I'm going to clean up these spots like here where it's kind of dried and looks like shit. So, find a nice spot I can hold on to this thing while I do this. Kind of have to hold it in at a certain angle to get the light on the panels. So even this doesn't really want to run very well. But I should, had I realized the panel lines were so shallow, I would have taken a, I don't know, like a scribing tool and made them a little deeper, because they're so shallow. There's so much detail on this thing, yet the lines are so shallow. You can't really highlight them. But it's not the end of the world. I can clean it up after. Like if I leave it like that, that looks like shit. But I'm going to go over that with the alcohol and the swab, and hopefully make it look better. That's the hope, anyway. We'll see how it looks when it's all done, right? Let's the only thing we can hope for is that it looks good in the end. Ooh, that's loud. There are lines on the things. You just can't see them normally. It's one of the more tedious tasks. It's almost as bad as decals. Decals is more like, you know, put it in the water, wait 5 minutes, kind of thing, right? Yeah, I don't know what on that one. So I'm hoping this is going to look nice when it's all done. Okay, so we will see. It's going to take a lot of work, that's all. There's a lot of detail, like the rivets on this thing. Even if the panel lines aren't scribed very deep, there's a lot of rivets that are visible on this thing. But yeah. The impatient part of me wants to just dump a bunch of paint all over this thing and then just clean it up after when it's dry. But that would kind of not be a good idea. Like at all. So I am not going to do that. That would be very silly. Okay, I think I'm done with the top. No, I'm not. I gotta do the lines here. is a sense where, you know, if the lines don't come out super crisp, I'm okay with it because I want it to look kind of aged. And in certain spots, it's okay to have it kind of look like, you know, maybe beneath this panel there was some kind of a hydraulic line that maybe had a little bit of a leak, and it leaked outside, and it kind of, you know, smeared hydraulic fluid on that section. And you know what I'm saying? Like, that's all right. Get that kind of, you know, just a weathered effect to make it look like it's not a brand new, straight out of a hanger or off the assembly line plane, right? Okay, top is done. Let's do some work on the nose. Find a safe spot to hold it here. One side done. Let's go to this side. Looks like this side has the refueling pod on it. Fair refueling in midair. It's kind of funny. The pictures I've seen online, it's on the other side. If that's a mistake or if it's done on purpose. Maybe the image online was flipped. I don't know. You never know, right? It's getting a little sore holding it that way, so reposition. Now that's funny. You don't belong here at all. Landing gear. Doing the lines on the landing gear always kind of a little satisfying. The contrast that it makes. It really makes the details come alive on the landing gear when you do it with the black. Such a contrast against the white, really. I like the look. Okay, lander's done. I have to admit, some of these lines that I'm drawing on here, I'm kind of guessing where they are because I see them for a second, and then I just tilt the plane ever slightly, and they're gone from my sight. So I'm kind of just brushing, like you see me doing now. I know the line's there, I just don't know exactly where. So I'm just kind of brushing along where I know it to be. Yeah, I know there's a line there somewhere, just glob it on there. Tell you, if the rubbing alcohol does not clean this up, I'm in for some trouble. So I'm hoping the rubbing alcohol cleans it up, because I can't hit it with thinner. Okay. At first glance, it didn't look like there's as much detail on the bottom of the wings as there is on the top, but as I got into this, there actually is. It's like the same. Okay, almost done. Just got this other main wing to go. As you can tell already, the wash really did nothing. As you can see, all these lines that I'm filling in with the accent color, not a single one of these got filled in with the wash at all. So the wash was really pointless at this point. Maybe if the colors were lighter, I don't know, the wash would have been better. I don't know. See guys online, they have so much success with the wash, and yet, I don't know, it just doesn't work for me. Okay, I think I'm done. I got a little bit of detail to put on the side. I'm going up here in front of the wing. Side two. Okay, that's about it. So let this sit for a minute while I do the tail fin. Tail fin really just has a bunch of rows of rivets. There's a line roll there. That's kind of all I want to do on this. I don't want to do too much on the tail fin. I don't want it to look too much like shit. Especially like some lines don't even... Some lines are completely smooth on this side, where they're highlighted on this side, so yeah. I just think the sculptor got lazy. Like I just drew that line there, and there's literally nothing for it to go into at all. Whereas on this side, there's a definite line that's inscribed in there. So yeah. What about does it? Well, I can do it on these as well. prefer to just let it do its work. But I don't have that luxury. So it is a neat thing. You just touch it and the paint just naturally runs along the line, the crease. It looks pretty neat. It's kind of satisfying when it does that, but good old Revell don't frickin' do everything properly. Inconsistencies in their build. Okay, that's all I'm going to do on these. That I'm going to call good enough. Do I need to do any of this? I don't think so. I think this is fine. Yeah. Okay. I think we're good. Now, to clean it all up, I'm going to grab a couple of Q-tips and some rubbing alcohol, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay. Have a drink here. I'm going to check something out real quick here. Okay. Now what I want to do, I'm going to post a little bit into this. So that I can close this up. All right. Let's see what we can see. Seems to be doing okay. Whoa, hey. That's a big spot there. If I do too much, I'll wear away the actual paint. I don't want to do that. The black wash is cleaning up very nicely. So I'm just going to have to be kind of really careful in spots where it's pooled, because I can easily rub off green. As you can see there, that's now a light spot. Of course, I don't want that. So I should have been a little more careful and where I let that. It's not the wash that doesn't want to come off. It's the panel line accent color. It's okay like there. That came off nice and easy. But where I allowed it to just pool, like say here, it's not as cooperative. So, hindsight being 2020, I either should have done something about it before it completely dried, or been a lot more careful with it. Spots like that there, that's perfectly fine. Just kind of messy, but that's a fine. That's a fine. Turning Italian here. That's a fine. Or maybe it's more like Borat. Yes, a mash. Come on. There we go. Some spots it really doesn't want to come off. Okay. As long as I go against the grain, it doesn't go too far into the line, and it comes off pretty good. Cleans up good. Pull this out. Now. Yeah. Pretty good. See, this is that spot where that wash could all dry it up. Now, it's nice and clean. It looks a lot better. Cleans up really fantastic on the gray parts. I think the green is being a bit of a challenge. I'm not sure why. Maybe the green is a more flat color. I don't know. Not quite sure why. And some spots where I've got to really dig in to clean it up on the green, it's actually rubbing away the green first. I'm having to stop and just leave it and kind of be happy with the way it is. I'm risking taking it completely off. Yet on the gray, it's cleaning up very nicely. So I kind of make myself a lawyer in this section. That one's done. Well, I wanted it looking weathered, and I'm definitely getting that. But it's coming. It's just very tedious work, that's all. And I have to remember, not only along the creases need to be cleaned out, but also on the flat areas where that wash dried and kind of puddled and doesn't look very good at all. One added benefit is there are some spots where, you know, my overspray of the green is a little just too much, right? And this is cleaning that up very nice too. that one's done. Looking pretty good. Now, there's a sense in which it's like I went through all the trouble of doing it, and now I'm wiping it all away. I suppose I don't necessarily want to clean up. But that's the way it is. When I started streaming today, I figured, oh, I'm just going to be doing a wash tonight, and maybe it'll be a short stream, maybe half an hour or something like that. But this is taking a lot longer than I thought, so might be my normal amount of time I do anyway. It is cleaning up quite nice. So these spots here, you can see on the wings where I really had to dig in on the green to clean that up. Unfortunately, I need a little more. Okay, I think this is done. For the most part, anyway. Definitely got that weathered look now. That's for sure. Okay, let's get to work on the side here. Going a fresh one, or at least one that's not quite so used up. One's on the side, very shallow, so as soon as it starts to clean up, it's kind of stopping. It's very easy to just accidentally completely clean it up and it's gone. Okay, that side's done. Flip. Starting to see why guys airbrush this stuff. I don't know, I think, at least from what I've seen online, they make it look a lot less tedious of a task of cleaning up the whole thing. And again, I'm probably doing a lot of video editing that I do not do. I do this all real time. I don't edit anything out. If there's stuff I figured nobody wants to watch, then I just do it off stream. Rather than editing a video to not include something. At least that's what I try anyway. I want to give you guys as close to the real experience of what I'm doing in real time. These lines that I pretty much had to paint myself on the bottom here, they don't want to clean up very nice. It's okay though. It just means I'll need another Q-tip. So that kind of shredded the heck out of that. So I'm going to get another Q-tip. Well, I'm going to get 2 more Q-tips actually, because these are done. And then I'll refill that and I will continue. I'll be back in a moment. Beauty. Not. It's okay. I'll just take it from here first. Okay, getting there. Almost. stretch. All right. Done. Done and done. Voila. I gotta clean up my mess here. As much as I'd like to just let it sit and dry, because alcohol does dry on its own nice and quick. It's not that quick. So okay, anyway, done. Oh, I didn't do the tail yet. It looked pretty good. It's all said and done. No, you can, I guess in the camera you can tell a little bit of the difference it's all made. I'd bring that in closer maybe. You can see the lines are definitely a lot more defined now. And how everything looks, and you can actually see all the lines on the camera now, and you could not before. So, definite improvement. Huge difference. So I've got to clean up the tail, and then I'll clean up these lines on the bombs, and then I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to call this episode 8, and yeah, then I will get to work on the decals. Now, I'm not going to bore you guys by making you watch me put the decals on. I'm going to do those off camera. Yeah, I think that's going to be the best way to go. So, yeah, I'm going to continue doing this, cleaning this up, and then off camera I will do the decals, and then next time we'll be doing the final clear coat to seal it all up, and that'll be it. It'll be done. And then of course put the tail on. So I'm gonna say thanks for watching, and as usual, if you want to see previous builds, check out my YouTube channel. If you want to see pictures that I've taken of previous builds that I've done off camera and stuff like that, you can check out my Instagram. Of course, that's duplicitous_29. Yeah, so once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next time.